is up, Scentsy fans? It's Patricia, and welcome to another week of Tester Tuesday, a spot where I get Scentsy reviews out to you based on my thoughts, impressions, and how the performance is in my home. So do not adjust your calendar and do not double guess yourself because I'm releasing this a day early. Holiday Bricks are releasing on Monday, October the 14th. So technically, we are going to call this Tester Monday, even though that doesn't exist. So I thought that might help you if you were trying to make some last-minute decisions. We had a very tight voting race. Third place and fourth place were separated by just one vote, so I appreciate everyone that votes each week. Let's get into the scents. All right, let's talk about our first place scent for the week. It is Salted Caramel Cider. I will put the percentage down below. This one is about a medium plus intensity on cold sniff. It's part of the Holiday Brick Collection releasing October the 14th. And Scentsy has put this in the fruity category. Now keep in mind, any holiday bricks, if you do not want to get it in this holiday Christmas tree shape, but you prefer a smaller quantity, you can put it in your Scentsy Club and you will get it in bar size form. That only applies to holiday brick scents. All right, so let's read the scent description. Scentsy says, salted caramel and sweet vanilla bean add warmth and complexity to fresh pressed apple cider. So there's definitely a caramel, but I don't get a lot of saltiness with the caramel. I just find it's a very rich, slightly heavy caramel. And I think what's happening is the fresh pressed apple cider, it does read a little bit of, what's the word I'm looking for? Not like produced by a factory, but more produced like a homemade apple cider. It's very rich and decadent. And in fact, I feel like there's a couple of other things added to this scent. I feel like there might be some fig or date, because it's a little bit tangy and rich. And then I also feel like there's a little bit of molasses with that. And if you can imagine all those things together, it does read a little bit like caramel apple craze, but almost like you had that scent and you added a little tiny sliver of autumn hearth, because autumn hearth does have that rich tonka almost influence, and I feel like there's something in autumn hearth that reminds me a little bit of this. So it does talk about vanilla bean. I don't get a lot of vanilla bean until it almost feels like it's wearing off. So for me personally, this scent was very strong at the beginning, and then it seemed to die off a little bit faster than normal, and then I was left with vanilla bean. So let's talk about performance. But actually, before we do that, let's talk about the family ratings. Now, my special surprise for you this week is my daughter's friends, Rebecca and Megan, were around this weekend. I call them the Trippies because they used to skate together, and there was the three of them. They were like the three musketeers, so we call them the Trippies. And they like to participate and give their opinion, and actually I like to offer you a little bit more of, just besides what my family thinks. Now, I will say they did apologize this week because they felt like they didn't really like these scents, and they said your sales are going to go down. And I said, no, don't worry about that. Be honest and tell them what you think. So for this particular scent, my husband gave it 6.5 out of 10, and these are all cold sniff impressions only. Megan said 3.5 out of 10, not a lot of salted caramel. She mostly got the apple cider, I assume. Erica couldn't smell this one very well, which I was surprised with, but she said she had a bit of a cold. Rebecca said 4 out of 10. There's something in here that reminded her of a chemical tone. And Ryan said 6 out of 10. So with those opinions, I decided to put it in my entranceway, which has a Gilded Leaves mini warmer. And there, the equivalent of one Scentsy bar cube, that cut from my brick was above average in intensity and throw. It threw very strongly and very well and very quickly. I could smell it all the way in the open area, which is almost at the opposite side of the apartment. So I was pleased with that. Now, I will say it didn't seem to last as long as most scents that I put in that warmer do. So as a second option, since it did so well in the entrance, I thought I will put it in the open area and see how it does. Now, in the open area, I put the equivalent of 6 Scentsy bar cubes cut from my brick, and I distributed amongst 3 warmers in that area. And I would say strength and throw was about 8 out of 10 at its max. And it probably didn't last the whole day because I put it in at noon, and then by the end of the evening, I ended up taking it out like around midnight. So for me, it was a one day and done. And if you were going to pick up this scent, I would say it's best suited for maybe medium to larger spaces, but you have to be someone that's willing to change your wax out a little bit more frequently if you had results like I did. So if you're someone that expects your scents to last days and days, this one might not work out for you. Now, in saying that, there is a vanilla tone at the end that maybe you will be able to pick up, but I just found that it was like strong, and then it really dipped down, and I think that's the vanilla coming out. So this reads more fall to me than holiday, which is fine. And I would say, for me personally, I don't think I'll be repurchasing because I still have this much left. And what I'm probably going to do is mix this with vanilla bean buttercream because I think I need a little bit of vanilla creaminess to help that intense tanginess that I'm getting. And in doing so, this brick is going to last me quite a bit. So it was a good scent, just not one that I need to repurchase. But I think a lot of people that love those caramel apple scents are going to love this. A little twist of caramel apple craze. So that is salted caramel cider. All right, let's talk about our second place scent for the week. It is Christmas tree. This is one of the holiday bricks as well. This is a dark green wax. On cold snip, this is probably about a medium light intensity. And Scentsy has put this in the fresh category, believe it or not. I would put this in the tree category, which is really woods, with a sub of fresh. So let's read the scent description. Scentsy says, fresh air and pine needles swirl through a pine wood forest. So we have the pine needles and pine wood forest. And I would say, yes, this is definitely an evergreen pine type scent, but there is that fresh air quality. It brightens it and makes it very crisp and invigorating, and it's very pleasant to my nose. Now, I think the reason this works is a lot of Christmas tree scents or evergreen scents are overly strong, overly aggressive. This is more of a subdued one. So if you're someone that really is scared of Christmas tree scents, this one might work out for you. And in doing so, I'm actually going to use this as a mixer with other scents to add a subtle tree note without overpowering a scent. All right, let's talk about the family rating and what did they think along with Erica's two friends, the Trippies. So my husband said 6 out of 10 for Christmas tree. Megan said 6.5 out of 10. It was very true to its name. Erica did not give it a rating on scent appeal. She did give it 10 out of 10 for authenticity, which says a lot for Erica. She said she wouldn't want this in her bedroom, only if a tree was up and it was that time of year, the festive holiday season. She would like this going in the main area. Rebecca said 6 out of 10. She felt like it smelled like a forest, and Ryan gave it a 7 out of 10. So hearing the feedback from the family, I decided to put the equivalent of 2 Scentsy bar cubes cut from my brick in the kids' bathroom. It was a very fresh leaning tree scent, so I thought it would work out very well there. And indeed it did, but the strength was not overly strong. It was about 5 out of 10. I left it going a full day, tried it again on day 2, really not strong enough, so I removed it. Now, on that first day, Ryan did have a shower. He came out and the room, like as he opened the door, the smell of the bathroom freshness just hit me, and I was like, oh my gosh, he smells so good. And then I realized it was Christmas tree. So I'm not sure if it's because Ryan came out of the room, but I felt like there was the tiniest lean, maybe 5% lean of masculinity to the scent, which worked very well with the fresh air crispness that you were getting. So I decided to also warm it in the big open area because that is where it would be most suited. That's where we would put our artificial tree, or if you had a real tree and you wanted to supplement. So what I did was I used 6 Scentsy bar cubes cut from my brick, and I put it in 3 different warmers in that area. And I would say strength and throw was between 5 and 6 out of 10. It lasted at that intensity for a few hours and it started to dip. And I find evergreen scents do not last very long, so that is typical for those type of scents. But I think the payoff was well worth it. I did really, really enjoy it. Now this would be a December only melt for me. I would actually like to mix this in the big area on its own, and I will just change my wax up more frequently, or I will stagger the start time of the warmers so you're getting bursts of intensity throughout the day. I think if someone has an artificial tree, you definitely want to pick up something like this, or even like a very snowy spruce. Now someone did ask me how they compared. I would say very snowy spruce is a little bit more woodsy sophistication because you have the pine cone and the amber, and that's coming out more. And then in Christmas tree, it's definitely more of a fresh leaning tree. A little bit more crisp and fresh, but both are really nice. Would I repurchase this? No, I don't think so, but this would be a repurchase if I didn't need more tree scents. I'm usually okay with most tree scents, and because I melt them so infrequently, I don't need a lot of them. But I did enjoy this, and I would recommend it based on scent appeal. So that is Christmas tree. All right, I'm losing light, but let's talk about our third place scent for the week. It is Winter Twilight. How fitting. This one had, I think, only 14% of the vote. It's this teal colored wax. It's about medium to medium light on cold sniff intensity, and Scentsy has put this in the fresh category. Let's read the scent description. Scentsy says, crisp mint basks in light notes of lemon peel and warm amber. So it is a crisp, fresh scent to me. The mint doesn't read like greenery mint. What it reads to me is a combination of like a sweet spearmint, maybe with some wintergreen mint together. It doesn't like lean towards peppermint to me. It's more of a spearmint wintergreen combo. And I definitely get a little bit of a fresh air and a little tendency towards a soapy lean. Just a little bit, but you can definitely smell that. And the other thing I have written down was it's slightly mature leaning. So this reminded me of a scent that you would get as like a Bath and Body Works hand soap. In saying so, I would say very similar to a scent that I would put in the bathroom. Maybe in a bedroom as well. I would say small to medium spaces for this one. So let's talk about what the family thought. So my husband said 6 out of 10 for a winter Twilight. Megan said 4.5 out of 10. Something about it reminded her of the blue toilet bowl cleaner. And again, she apologized. I said, don't worry about it. Be honest. Erica said 6 out of 10. Rebecca didn't really like this one at a 3 out of 10. She said it smelled like a bad men's cologne. And Ryan really enjoyed the scent, as you would expect, at 9 out of 10. So what I decided, I wanted to get a better read for this, so I put it here in my bedroom, 4 cubes from the bar. And strength was, I think I've written down about 7 at its max, and then 5 out of 10 for the majority of the warming. And I left it going a day and a half. Now on the second day, I would say it was more like 3 or 4 out of 10. And I decided to warm it in the boys' room. And I warmed 3 cubes from the bar and amongst 2 warmers. And the strength was about 7.5 out of 10. Seemed to do a little bit better there. I left it going 2 full days. So if you're someone that likes fresh, minty scents, but you're sick of peppermint, then this might work out well for you. For me, this would be a bathroom scent, or like I said, a small to medium space scent. And I would say it's about average in its longevity. And for scent appeal, it was just okay. I didn't find it overly unique, but it was okay. Not a repurchase for me, but this is part of the holiday collection, so if you want it, pick it up or put it in the club. All right, before we move to the voting portion of the video, I thought I would just do a little quick summary of the bricks for repurchasing. So obviously I did not do well with Butterscotch Brittle. I didn't like that one at all. And I'm nervous that I'm smelling different things than most people. So make sure you watch lots of reviews on that one. But personally, I don't recommend that one. If you get what I get, you'll understand what I mean. All right, the other 4 scents I really liked. If I could only pick 2 to purchase, and this is hard, I would probably pick Warm Winter Nights and Wrapped in Lights. So the 2 W scents. Christmas Tree was really nice. If I needed more tree scents, I would probably pick that one. But I also enjoyed Salted Caramel Cider, but it was probably my 4th place scent. So yeah, let's get to the options for the week. So I decided to do something a little bit different. I have some new to us scents, and I have some kind of new scents, a returning scent, and one that's in the clearance, because the scents that are in the clearance have been sticking around for a little bit. So you never know, you might want to hear about that one. All right, if you're new to my channel, you're going to pick 2 different scents by early Wednesday morning. Put your votes down in the YouTube comment section. And if you need to, you can vote on Instagram. It's Patricia Gates. I will still leave the voting open till Wednesday morning, so hopefully lots of people will vote. All right, so scent number 1 is National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, and this is called A Griswold Christmas. Scent number 2 is Scent of the Month for November. It's called Christmas Cookie, and I'm sorry about the lighting. It is Thanksgiving as I film the video, so if you're from Canada, happy Thanksgiving to you. Scent number 3 is Gingerbread Cheesecake. Scent number 4 is in the licensed collection. It is Disney Cocoa Familia Comes First. Scent number 5 is returning on Monday, and it is Dream Big Princess. I haven't tried that one yet. And scent number 6 in the clearance from the Glamorous You collection from 2021, I believe, Born to Shine. This one is 30% off in clearance. I just checked to make sure it was still there. So thanks for spending the last few minutes with me. If you are new to my channel and you like to hear about Scentsy content, hit the subscribe, and there's also a little bell. You can select notifications according to your preference. So I hope you have a great day in your neck of the woods. Don't forget to like, don't forget to vote, and I will see you guys in the next video.